In this video, I'm going to show you, now that we've faced both sides of this and milled one end to clean, we want to do a mill to length on this end. So we're going to get rid of all this excess stock. All right, we're going to do that in multiple steps so we can have a nice clean finish at the end of it. So to prepare for this, what I got to do is a new setup. I'm going to turn it around this way. I just like working from this side. Is what I'm used to doing because it's like my machine view. So I obviously have to redo, once again, my work coordinate system orientation. So I'm going to click on select Z-axis and X-axis over here. And now something we haven't seen yet. All right, the Z is going up. The X is on the correct, the correct axis, but it's going the wrong way. This is really easy to fix. Over here in the menu, just click Flip X-axis. And the X and Y both go to where they're supposed to be. Now, I've got a clean end down here, and I want to bring it to finish over here. So what I want to do is measure from the left to the right. That's where I'm going to put my box point. All right, my stock box point is actually going to be my model box point, is going to be the end that I've already cleaned. All right, and we'll go from the top of the part. Stock from previous is good. Post-process, give me a name. And mill to length. All right. Okay. Again, I went through that setup quickly because you should have already seen the video on doing setups. If that's an issue for you, just go back and rewatch that video, okay? All right, so this is going to be final milling. So we have the part exactly where we want it to be. So let's get to it then. We are going to use the contour again. So 2D contour. I've already got my 1/2 inch flat end mill selected, but if not, you just got to go to your tool library and select it. That's okay. If you remember from the last time in the geometry tab, if we try to select this contour, it's going to do the whole outside. So we hold down our Alt key and then approach that line and just click that one line. That's all we want highlighted blue is that line. All right. Heights, set your heights up so they work in a way that makes sense. Top height, we're going from the model top. Again, I went over this in a previous video, so forgive me if I'm going quickly, but you always have the opportunity to look at that video as well. And once I've chosen my top height is the model top, my feed height will be set at 0 from the top height. And retract height will be set from 0 to 0 from the feed height. And the retract from the clearance height will be set at 0 from the retract height. So that way they're all at 0.1 above the part. Okay? 0.1. Okay. There we go. Looking good. We're going to go over to our passes, and this is where it's going to be a little bit different from before. Although we're still going to have our cutter comp in the control, which is where we want it. Some other things you got to start looking at. First off is the roughing passes. All right, click on roughing pass. We got to tell it the maximum step over. Maximum step over. That's let me highlight that and see if we can see this. Try that again. Well, the maximum step over is the most amount that a end mill can go sideways. So basically, it's the thickness of the cut along the edge of the tool, or on the outside diameter of the tool. Generally, we want to go no more than 10% of the tool diameter. So 10%, 0.10 times 0.5 is equal to 0.050. So we don't want to go more than 50 thousandths of an inch for our maximum step over. All right. We could do multiple depths, but that's not going to do us anything. Stock to leave, we don't want to do that. And let's see what we see about finishing cuts. Finish feed rate is 40. It's already going to have a finishing cut in here, but we're going to change that step over to 10 thousandths. I like to take about a 10 thousandths of an inch finish cut. And let's see where, I think we're all set now. It should take several passes. Safe distance is higher than the feed height. Consider reducing the safe distance. Otherwise, the feed height will be raised to match the safe distance. I will ignore that warning. No. I want to go back, change my safe distance. It doesn't like this. I'm just going to go 0.1 and see what happens. Nope. Doesn't like that at all. 0.005. Go small. Nope. Doesn't like that at all. Boy, oh boy. 0.2. It's not liking any of these options that I put in here for a safe distance. Well, I'm going to keep it at 0.1 and ignore it because I want to find out why it's doing that. Doesn't look like a problem to me, but it's got a warning here. The safe distance height is higher than the feed height. Consider, okay, let's go look at our setup of this contour here. Let's go look at our heights. Let's see if I made a mistake here. Top height, the model top, feed height, from feed height from the model top. That's what it should have been set to. 0.1. That might be what I did wrong. Let's see if that helps us. It definitely liked it. So what did this do? It took a few cuts. You can see it took a cut here and a cut here. It looks kind of like they're spaced out a little bit too much for me, so I'm going to double click and go in and look at my passes tab. Roughing passes, 50 thousandths, maximum step over. That should be good. So it looks like everything's good. I don't think we have anything to worry about. So it looked like there was more left over than there was. So that's good. We'll let's do this simulation with everything. I'm going to step through most of this quickly. I'm going to slow it down near the end. Okay, here we go. Rough pass, finish pass. Done. Exit the simulation. We're good to go on milling to length.